We continuing our series on how famous people view religion and spirituality with a look at the renowned psychologist. Carl Jung. Jung was born in Switzerland in 1875 and died in 1961. He was a psychiatrist who founded analytical psychology and made significant contributions to psychotherapy. His work focused heavily on symbolism, dreams, the subconscious, and the collective unconsciousness, along with other ideas that some consider mystical or even spiritual. Though he did not refer to himself as a mystic or a philosopher of religion, his work has been viewed as having a spiritual bent by many people. So what was Jung's view of religion and spirituality? Let's take a look at 7 key points. For example, a cross or a fish may hold different meanings in different religions, but people generally understand them to be symbols of faith and devotion. He identified the collective unconscious as a reservoir of ancestral memories and experiences that are shared by all humans. For example, a person who has a vision of a wise old man may be subconsciously trying to connect with the father archetype in their collective unconscious. He believed that religion and spirituality are essential to the human experience, that they play a vital role in our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. He believed that Eastern religions were too focused on the individual and not enough on the transcendent. He saw religious experiences as genuine encounters with the transcendent that can lead to profound insights and transformations. Do you think that religious experiences are genuine encounters with the transcendent? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Jung also believed that religion plays a vital role in the process of individuation, or becoming an integrated and whole person. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We would also like to invite you to share your feedback and suggestions for future episodes in the comments section below. Your input is very important to us, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you next time. While he appreciated the insights of Eastern religions, he ultimately felt that they were incomplete, and that Western religions were too focused on the transcendent and not enough on the individual. In contrast, Jung believed that Western religions were too focused on the transcendent and not enough on the individual. He felt that both Eastern and Western religions had something to offer, and that a truly complete and satisfying religious experience required a balance of both perspectives. Jung argued that religious experiences are not simply the product of a fertile imagination or a desire for comfort. Rather, they are genuine encounters with the transcendent that can lead to profound insights and transformations. Through our religious experiences, we can access a deeper level of reality that lies beyond the physical world. This deeper level is what Jung referred to as the collective unconscious. By exploring our religious experiences, we can gain access to the wisdom and insights of our ancestors and tap into a source of healing and wholeness. Jung also believed that religion and spirituality are essential to the process of individuation. Individuation is Jung's term for the process of becoming an integrated and whole person, and he believed that this process requires a confrontation with the symbols and archetypes of the collective unconscious. Through this confrontation, we are able to integrate the religious and spiritual aspects of our psyche and become more complete individuals. By doing so, they may be able to gain insight into their own life and the world around them. Similarly, someone who has a vision of a cross or a fish may be tapping into the collective unconscious religious symbolism in order to express their own faith or devotion. According to Jung, the collective unconscious contains a wealth of religious imagery and symbolism, such as the archetypes of the wise old man, the mother, and the father that we discussed earlier. These archetypes represent universal human experiences and motivations that are common to all people, regardless of their culture or religion. Jung believed that these archetypes are so fundamental to the human psyche that they are activated whenever we encounter certain situations or symbols. For example, if you were to meet a wise old man who seemed to know a lot about life and the universe, you might naturally think of him as a father figure, even if you didn't consciously believe in the father archetype. Jung argued that this is because these symbols tap into the deeper, more primal parts of the human psyche. They appeal to our emotions and our intuitions rather than our rational minds. Jung believed that this is why religious symbols are so powerful. They can evoke a sense of awe and wonder in us, even if we don't fully understand their meaning. Point no. 1. For Jung, religion is a universal human phenomenon. In his book, Psychology of the Unconscious, Jung wrote, "The religious function is a universal an essential element of the human psyche. In other words, all humans have the need and capacity to be religious. This point is in line with other psychological thinkers, such as Maslow, who viewed the desire for meaning and purpose, something often found in religious faith, as a fundamental human motivation. Point number 2. Jung believed that the human psyche has a structure that predisposes us towards religious experience. In his book, Psychology of the Unconscious, Jung wrote, "It is an indubitable fact that the human psyche functions in a religious manner." What he meant by this is that the human mind naturally organizes itself around certain universal themes and symbols. One example is the widespread symbolism of the archetype of the wise old man, which can be found in many different cultures and religions. The wise old man archetype represents a figure of authority and wisdom, such as a teacher, a sage, or a priest. He is often seen as a mentor or guide who can help others to understand the mysteries of life and the universe. This archetype is often depicted as being old, because it symbolizes wisdom and experience. And he is often shown as a man because traditionally men have been seen as the leaders and decision-makers in society. The wise old man archetype is just one example of the many religious symbols and motifs that Jung believed are embedded in the human psyche. Other examples include the mother archetype, which represents nurturing and protection, and the father archetype, which represents authority and discipline. Jung argued that these archetypes are so fundamental to the human psyche that they are present in our dreams, our fantasies, and our art, even when we do not consciously believe in any particular religion. Point 3. Religious symbols are universally understood. Jung noted that people from different cultures and religions often share the same understanding of certain symbols. Point 4. Jung believed that the human psyche has a structure that predisposes us toward religious experience. Point 5. Jung thought that religious experiences are often the result of our psyche, its attempt to make sense of the symbols and archetypes in our collective unconscious. Point 6. Carl Jung was deeply interested in the role of religion in the development of human consciousness. And point number 7, while Jung appreciated the insights that Eastern religions had to offer, he ultimately found them to be incomplete. In summary, Jung believed that religion is a universal human phenomenon that is essential to the human experience. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with Jung that religion is a universal human phenomenon? Before we go, we want to thank you for joining us on this episode of How Do I Say?